In this video, I'd like us to talk about Camtasia Rev. It's a more or less a new way to speed up your editing of your screencast in Camtasia 2023 and beyond. Welcome to this video. My name is David and I hope you're well wherever you are around the world. Now, this was included in a previous update. I believe it's sometime in December or November, right about there. And what this does is that when you record and enable Camtasia Rev, it's going to simplify or give you a workflow to include some of the elements you include when you're making your edits to your screencast. Now, at the time of recording this video, this is only available when you make the recording with Camtasia Rev turned on. My hope and prayer is that it is included in future versions where that if I already have a screen recording, I can just add that TREC file to Camtasia and then just select those different options and also be able to save my presets for whatever I use frequently. Now, let me show you how it works. So it's under this Camtasia Rev new recording. I'll just click on that. And then from here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make my different selections. So it's just the basics. I want to record my screen 1920 by 1080. That's the whole screen. And then I want to record my webcam. I want it available so that you can see how it looks like. And then I want my mic to be picked up. And then I also want the system audio. And for it to work, this can be turned off. So if you turn it off, the workflow will not be included. If I turn it on and hover over this, you'll see that what it says is that turn on Camtasia Rev to effortlessly enhance your recording with dynamic layouts, filters, effects, and more for professional video. You'll see that in a bit. Now, let's assume you're satisfied with every selection you've made here. I'll click on record and then just go over a couple of things here for an example. Click on record. It's going to give you a countdown timer and whatnot. Now I'll open up Amazon here and let's assume I'm trying to explain something to someone, maybe to tell them what type of product they can buy and so on and so forth. Let's assume I go with something like this. The DeWalt drill bit and all that. It's going for $12. It's 24% off, so it looks like a good deal. If I'd like to buy it, just add to the cart or whatever I think this looks like. But as you can see, there is a price increase according to Microsoft Shopping. So since this is usually a little bit lower than it is right now, as much as it's going for about 24. This could be probably due to the 10K bought last month. So I think there is a demand for this. They increase the price slightly. So let's assume I'm done making my recording. I'll just turn it off or just stop it. And then Camtasia is going to pull up. Now, instead of going straight to the editing in Camtasia, what it does is that it brings in that pop and then closes and then brings in Camtasia Rev. Now, one thing you'll notice is that whatever changes you made in any previous recording that you did, it's going to be saved. It's not in a way like a preset you can select somewhere, but it's whatever change you used last in your Camtasia or Rev, that is, if you used it before. So you have the option to start over, the option to save this particular project so that you can go and edit it. You can also export it as it is. So if you add the different options available here and you feel that you did not do any mistake that you need to edit, you can just click on export. That speeds up workflow really fast, especially for folks that don't make any mistakes in their screen recordings. Next up, you can edit in Camtasia. That is what we're going to do, but not right now before we go over the options that are available. So the 5 options at the time of recording this video, where you have size. Either you go with a recording size, a wide, vertical, and this is more or less for social media videos, or a square also for social media videos. Let's say we go with recording size. And once you do that, once you start making any changes, it does away with any previously used or customized layouts, presets, backgrounds, etc. Now, that is what we have. We go next to the layout. And as for the layout, this is actually the default, but you have a bunch of layouts available. At the time of recording this video, this should be about 4, 8, 12, 16, about 16 layouts. And if I click on this, you'll see what goes on. If I click on this, it actually takes out the background and puts our folk, that is me here, looking good and all that. Or you can also do this one here, looks good as well. But let's say we go with this one. We'll actually position it better in post. So we've got all that to work with. So that's it for now. Let's go to the background. And the background is more or less what you're seeing here. So there's a ton of backgrounds you can choose from, and these backgrounds are dynamic. So let's say we go with something like this. That looks good. But there are a bunch of them. I think there should be over 60 something, if I'm not mistaken. There should be about 63, if I'm not mistaken, at the time of recording this video. Next up, we've got some effects that you can actually add and see what effect has been used. For example, in this one, the background removal effect has been used, and if I click on it, it takes away the background. If I bring it back, it kind of removes the background. Now you get the gist of this. It's actually speeding up that whole process of you adding all those different effects, filters, backgrounds, layouts, etc. So let's say we want a drop shadow. It's going to give a drop shadow. Let's say we want a border. It's actually going to give me a good border right about there. So that looks good. And let me probably add a highlight. I love adding a highlight to my screen recordings. And I think that's it for now. Now that looks really good. So if I'm satisfied, I can go on to the next, that is the filters. And for this ones is more or less filters in Camtasia 2023 are more or less like color LUTs, or they are color LUTs, and this is where you can decide what you want to go with. Let's say we go Mission to Mars, Hot Punch, whatever, Pale Blossom. It depends on what effect you're trying to kind of get. Black and white looks good, whatever, but let me just uncheck that and go back to my look. So everything looks good. If that is all that you wanted to do and don't want to edit your video in Camtasia, you can just click on export and go through the export process as we always go through. So now I want to edit. Click on edit in Camtasia so that you can see how everything looks like. I'll click on edit in Camtasia, and more or less I want to reposition this and maybe make it a little bit smaller, slightly. Control Z, sorry. It's just selected everything, so I'll just select on this, and then I can just make this a little bit smaller here. Maybe bring it up to somewhere like there. Looks good. Select it again. You can also see the different options here. And let's say, as for the border, let's say we wanted to change the border to a different color. Could be, that's a green. Let's go with a different color, yeah, or whatever, just to kind of show you that everything works as it should be, depending on what you want. But let's go back to white. White looks good. I think everything looks good. If I actually play this, you can decide to close this, bring it down, or whatever. It's not going to be recorded. Looks really good from my own opinion. If I actually look at this, yeah, everything looks good. And if you're satisfied, the next option is to export. But what Camtasia Rev does is that it speeds up all these things that normally I'll come and add cursor effects, whether it's from my favorites tab, add some visual effects, maybe do some masking, that is circle masks and all that. All that can be done inside the Camtasia Rev interface, which is going to actually speed up somebody's editing workflow. Now, my only hope and prayer is that we can be able to save the different presets for the different selections that we actually set in Camtasia Rev. They could be different for different scenarios and different videos. And number two, if it would be possible to actually just bring in a T-Rec recording right inside Camtasia, and then either right click and say pull up Camtasia Rev or edit in Camtasia Rev to just make all those different changes. And if you actually have the presets for your different videos in Camtasia Rev, then you just add that and everything is actually added instantly, which would be really awesome. And hopefully this can be done from right here in the media bin, or even when you've made your edits. So that, let's assume you've made edits, you can just right click and pull it up and bring in Camtasia Rev to actually do the changes right inside there. It will be a real game changer. But as it is, for anyone recording screencast videos in Camtasia 2023, and beyond. That is probably the version from November. Camtasia Rev is going to save you a ton of time, give your videos a better look and feel quickly without wasting so much time. So I hope this tutorial is of value to you, and that is what Camtasia Rev is, how it works, and hopefully my thoughts on what should be included in future versions or iterations of Camtasia. Thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, stay safe and never stop learning. Thanks for watching.